David Allen Miller in Cosmos. Checking on someone about music and other stuff.
Hi, I'm David Allen Miller. Welcome to my third Cosmos interview. This one's a bit of a throwback to a time before social distancing, almost a year ago when I sat in the beautiful park at the Stonewall National Monument in New York City and chatted with my dear friend, the great American composer, David del Tredici. To see our full interview, check out the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching. Tell us a little bit about your migration from being a child pianist to being a composer.
Well, I was an old child prodigy. I began when I was 12 to get out of baseball by taking piano lessons. And it turned out I was so good at it, I made a debut in San Francisco at 17, playing all the Schoenberg and Brahms, as you said, different things. And I had a brief career, but a very successful career. But I always was doing things to the pieces. It reminds me of Felix. He does things always to my piece that no normal performer ever does. But I was doing things that like Beethoven and Brahms, which was all I really knew. I knew the little Schoenberg. You couldn't fool around with Schoenberg too much. But I was very interested in being literal. If there was no retard, but a retard had been sanctioned by 100 years of tradition, I never did the retard. I was like making it my own particular piece. And my teacher said, I was playing once with someone named Arthur Fiedler. He conducted in San Francisco in the summer. And my teacher had played with him. He said, now David, for the rehearsals, play it very strictly in time. No rubatos, no retards, which tell around it. But at the concert, because he is really an excellent conductor, you can do what you want. And I did just that, and it went completely crazy. And I remember him looking over his shoulder at me with a look of hate I'd never seen in a human before, much less a conductor. You would appreciate that story.
Tell us the other famous pianist hatred story, which is about your teacher at Aspen, because I'm told that was how you became a composer.
Yes. I went to Aspen Music Festival to study with this famous teacher. I can say his name now, he's dead, named Leonard Schuer, who was a fabulous player, but a mean son of a bitch. It just really and he kept me on the same page of a piece called Opus 101 of Beethoven for the whole time, for the whole 8 weeks. And it took all the joy out of playing. And I said, what am I going to do if I don't play the piano for fun or for pleasure? And I thought, well, I could either sing, or compose. So I wrote this piece, soliloquy, and I played it for a friend of mine, and he said, well, come to the composer seminar. Darius Milhaud is our teacher, who's a very famous French composer, as you know. And so I went to the seminar, and I played my piece, and Darius Milhaud, who was in a wheelchair, said to me, my boy, you are a composer. And that was such tremendous, permission to do it, that I went home and lost all interest in playing the piano and took the composition seminar, and that changed my life, basically.